A good neighbor to nearby downtown Phoenix. We're at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And away we go in Glendale. He fields it from the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Kyler starting off with a throw. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Makes the connection to James Conner. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Murray from the pistol. Throw is there, Trey McBride. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
1st and 10.
1st and 10. Murray has him on the quick hitter. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Conner. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
from the gun, it's Murray.
5-yard line.
Catch made. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down, but to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Conner touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it would be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
319.
Now running for the first time with Jaylen Warren. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Warren once more. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they could be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. It's an early lead for the Cardinals. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Rodgers off the play action. He's looking deep once again. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
3-yard loss brings up 2nd and 13. At the 29.
Murray looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a great pickup. 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
First down.
Looking inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Right back to Connor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he's not going to get to the end zone. The stop is made in time at the 2, but hey, 4 more chances coming. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, as they get deeper and deeper into this side of the field, they need him to become the guy who makes those plays in the biggest of moments. And that may not show up as a big old pass play and utilizing his arm.
And he is into the end zone for an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. It's a James Conner touchdown.
I just love seeing the approach of this entire offense, not settling for anything. Yeah, this running back, he's finding the end zone through the running lanes. Let's give a tip of the cap to the big boys up front because they are setting the tone. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Ryland now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14.
Steelers nothing. Chad Ryland.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard
The
line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call. 1 second.
2nd and 8.
They'll stick with the ground game here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. Absolutely fires this one right side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Hey, 88.
They'll go for it. Rodgers. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and you still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Throw here, third down. Go right side, and McBride has it. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
A 41-yard attempt.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the lead stays frozen at 14. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Johnson with a return here. You're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
158.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson makes the play. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he kicks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
It's Connor again. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Here's Murray. Down the field. He's got Wilson. He has this down to the 34. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Kyler looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. They've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
2nd and 15 at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
Murray setting up to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Murray on 3rd down. Throwing this one back of the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Into the house he goes. It's a pick 6 and a Pittsburgh touchdown. I don't know about you, Brock, but I could almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, 30, 40 yards into his return, and then you're just powerless. Okay, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL.
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. After the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. The return starts at the 18. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Murray. Short pick up to their own 31. Hold Holcomb there on the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Cardinals, first down.
The first down carry for Connor. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stop by the perennial All-Pro and Defensive Player of the Year contender. That's T.J. Watt. So we're through 3 here. The Cardinals have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Kyler. Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
It's caught by Wilson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage, to make that in cut and make the catch.
Straight ahead, it's Connor. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you won't take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Shotgun handoff to Connor. And it's another first down on this drive.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. You was not a printer. Cooped up, mate. Get they suit touch begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball. You can't jump with me. Ballin' jump, man. Touch hands. We about to bump then. Better bang yours. Cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight. It take time. You seen a Super Bowl, the cheat code. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time.
We're about 15 miles or so west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in the Arizona suburb of Glendale. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Lions
going back to Gibbs on first down. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
180! Maverick, what?
Quick toss by Goff is complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down.
2 for 1.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Lions first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Lions first down.
This out quickly to Williams. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3. At the 15-yard line.
Super!
Out of the gun. Goff. Goes out left. It's caught by Williams. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Goff now looking to throw. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a third and goal. Gibbs. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in. And the Lions take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
The kicker on for
Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, Makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They're going for it. It's Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Close.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. To throw, it's Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got his tight end, that's complete. It's Higgins. They get only a yard there, now it's 3rd and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Murray now to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And this one is right through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is
trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Cards are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Caught. It's Wilson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2nd and a couple.
Swim.
Here's Murray. That's complete to McBride. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. We say we use them to start the second half and get us going.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
That's another down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Murray a give. This is counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Second and 10.
A third quarter now, at a one-point game as they line up second and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing now is Murray. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. The QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
To throw is Murray. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Come back. Oh, 2-2.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 6-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action. And a second and 10 upcoming. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 brings up third down and 11.
It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Gibbs straight ahead. And he stopped immediately there. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Man open left side. It's Williams. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And it's third down.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Pass intercepted.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. That is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's 1st and goal.
Whoa. Come back. 2-2.
Conner is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Murray keeps it himself. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on 3rd down?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
2-2.
Murray on the sneak. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This is 1st and 10. Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Lions.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything?